Well, guys, you get what you vote for. You get what you vote for. Now, election day was yesterday, and in the major elections, the Democrats swept. Not surprised, guess what? These major elections were all in blue states and blue cities. Not a surprise whatsoever that the Democrats won. Okay? And I'm pretty sure the media, man, is going to be saying, oh, this is telling you how bad Trump is. No. Now, if a place like Texas, end up flipping from like Republican to Democrat, something like that. Yeah, but here in Texas, we only were voting on constitutional amendments. Okay. But when it comes to New Jersey, it went Democrat. Virginia went Democrat. Now, Jay Jones winning by, I believe, like 5 points. Considering he wanted to kill Republicans, that tells you everything you need to know about the Democratic base. Everything you needed to know, folks. But I mainly want to focus on New York City. New York City, man, the home of Wall Street, is supposed to be the capitalist center of America. They just elected a communist, folks. And they elected Zoran Mandami by a wide margin. A wide margin. Now, if you guys remember, man, during the Wuhan virus, because all lockdowns and everything, there was a mass exodus from New York, namely New York City. People got out of there. And I was thinking, you know what? This is just going to make these already blue cities bluer. And that has proven to be correct, folks. What happened to Florida? Florida got redder. It got redder. Those people from New York, California also leaving those states to move to Texas and New York. Texas and New York, or Texas and Florida got redder. And the bluest places got bluer. The radicals are voting in these elections, folks. They're the ones that's actually voting in these elections. And Zoran Mandami won by like 9-10 points. Wasn't even close. Cuomo had no shot. Let's get into it, guys. Here we go. Right here. Socialist Zoran Mandami wins New York City mayoral race. Folks, we're a long way away from the days of Rudy Giuliani being the mayor of New York City. A long way away. To tell you the truth, guys, we're a long way removed now from even Eric Adams. He was not going to win. This just tells you, man, how radical New York City has gotten. It says here, the results are in, and after a contentious mayoral race, Queens Assemblyman Zoran Mandami will ascend to Gracie Mansion. Mandami ran against incumbent Mayor Eric Adams, who later dropped out, former Governor Andrew Cuomo, and Republican Curtis Sliwa in the general election. Yeah. And the Democrats, I got to tell you this, man, the establishment Democrats had no business putting up Andrew Cuomo. This man was a disaster. Everybody in New York knew he was a disaster when he was the governor. And they went into a more far left position and elected a communist. And I think that that Zoran Mandami, I think he's to the left of Brandon Johnson in Chicago. And you guys have seen how much of a nightmare Chicago is. But I actually think Mandami, man, is a better politician than Brandon Johnson, which means things are going to get way worse in New York City. It's going to get way worse. Now, this is the results right here on CNN. Yeah, he's won by almost 10 points. He's 181,000 votes ahead. 91% of the vote is in. And they in New York City, man, they got some weird things too with the ballots. I actually saw it. Mandami's name is up at the top. He's listed twice. Curtis Lewa, who had no shot, his name was actually listed twice because there's different parties and everything. Eric Adams and Andrew Cuomo were listed on the second line. So you actually have to look a bit harder to find their names. Something probably fishy about that right there. But I'm just saying. I mean, this guy is a radical lunatic. Isn't he from Uganda? I think he just became an American citizen like 2 seconds ago. Folks, I find it disturbing that we actually allow people, and I don't really care about what political party you are, people that just became citizens to come into the country, become citizens, and then immediately run for office. In the case of left men, they want to turn the U.S. into the countries they left. That's my biggest problem, folks. That is a major problem. You got the lunatic up there in Minneapolis too. What is he, a Somalian guy? Wants to turn Minneapolis into Somalia, just like Mandami wants to turn New York City into a communist utopia. He wants to tax businesses out of existence for his communist projects. This is going to backfire, man. Hey, New York, you actually deserve this because this is what you voted for. Listen to this guy, man. Libby Evans here posts this. Mandami opposes capitalism in the most capitalist city in the world. Yeah. Listen to this.
You like capitalism?
No, I have many critiques of capitalism. And I think
He doesn't like capitalism.
ultimately the definition for me of why I call myself a democratic socialist is the words of Dr. King decades ago. He said, call it democracy or call it democratic socialism. There must be a better distribution of wealth for all of God's children in this country. And that's what I'm focused on is dignity and taking on income inequality. And for too long, politicians have pretended that we're spectators to that crisis of affordability. We're actually actors. And we have the choice to exacerbate it, like Mayor Adams has done, or to respond to it and resolve it, like I'm planning to do.
Okay.
Wow. And these democratic socialists, man, I mean, they call themselves democratic socialists because it sounds better than socialism or socialist. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. There is no difference between a socialist and a democratic socialist. They're all the same. They are all the same. They're communists, folks. I've been calling Bernie Sanders Bolshevik Bernie for the longest time. AOC, she's a communist too. They all are. So this term democratic socialist meant, guess what? The Soviet Union, they were socialists. It was called the Union of Soviet Socialist Republic because in Marxist theory, you needed socialism to implement communism. Communism is this perfect utopia where nobody has to work for anything at all. Working is optional once you actually reach communism. And these leftists, man, they keep saying, oh, Soviet Union, that's not a good excuse. Cuba, not a good excuse. They just didn't do socialism right. No, they did it exactly right. Because communism, the ultimate goal, is going to fail every single time. People starve, people die. Communism is the one economic ideology that has killed the most people. And that's exactly who Zoran Mandami is. Congratulations on New York City. You played yourself. You're going to get exactly what you deserve. All the stuff that he wants to do, you know what? I hope he actually does it. Because that's the one way these people will learn that socialism and communism is not the way. He's probably going to try to open up some government-run grocery stores. It's going to collapse. It's going to collapse within like a year or two. We've seen it before. There's going to be food shortages, everything. New York City is going to be done, man. It's going to be an unmitigated disaster. If you are a business owner in New York City, man, you better get out. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.